Hey, it's Christine up today with a Halloween layout because, of course, it's Halloween weekend. So I am continuing to use that same sketch that I've used throughout the month of October. I've got two more layouts to share with it. One of them I don't have a video for, so you'll just have to check that out on Instagram. Both of them are using kits from the ScrapRoom. Today's is using the Flavors of the Month kit, and this one was I just needed a break, a mental break, and so I decided to go ahead and pull this out and knock out some more Halloween pictures. So it is an Echo Park collection and very traditional colors, very traditional elements, the purples, the blacks, the oranges, the greens. And so I'm going to roll with it. Now, one of my struggles with Halloween layouts is that I don't ever have Halloween pictures that are actually black and purple and orange and green. And so that is a constant problem really for me because I like my colors to match my layout. So I had to kind of let that go this time because it is what it is. So many collections are focused on that color scheme. And like this one, my son is dressed up as Mario from Super Mario Bros. And I didn't want to print it in black and white because then you wouldn't know. Well, I guess you could tell from the hat, but you know, he could have been Mario or he could have been Luigi in the picture. And so I opted to just kind of relinquish my uneasiness about using a collection that didn't match the pictures, and went with it. Now, it's not the worst match. The orange and the reds kind of blend together. There's bold colors and bold colors, that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you, it's definitely a consistent struggle for me with holidays. And I think actually I've pinpointed why I struggle with holiday layouts so much. And it's for that exact reason. They always have certain colors, and my kids don't dress in holiday colors all the time. So, yeah, I think I'll probably be recognizing that as more of a struggle at Christmas time, etc., etc. I guess the moral of the story is dress your kids for the scrapbooking collections, right? We've all been there. We've all done that from time to time. But yeah, no, I'm joking around, kind of, mostly. So carrying on, you can see that I have built a border already with that diagonal striped paper, and then I am building up those layers that go on this sketch. So I am outlining everything in black because I just want everything to pop a little bit more. It's funny, I haven't done this sketch exactly as it calls for, I don't think even once. It calls for 2 horizontal photos, and I just don't take pictures in horizontal very often. I think every time I have used 1 big vertical photo or 2 vertical photos, and that said, I've kept pretty true on a lot of them to the actual background for the sketch, as well as title placement and such, but it just is a good example that you can switch things up. So you can see I've got that black on there. It's real bold. And then I'm layering that orange paper behind it and green paper behind it to create the background. After layering my pictures on there, I am going to go ahead and add a title. So this was really the best option. I had some ephemera that would potentially work, but none of them necessarily worked with what I had. And then this big sticker. And so I opted for that. Now, obviously it's so long that it wouldn't fit on its own on the right-hand side of the pictures. So I layered that over my photos, which is always a technique that I love. I know some people don't like to put anything on their pictures. I end up usually adding something on top of my pictures and usually love it. And that's just, again, personal preference for whatever works for you and your design style and preferences. So now I'm kind of sorting through the ephemera that I mentioned. So I'm working with both the page kit and the embellishment kit. and the patterned paper kit. So I've got some extra options beyond just the straight up flavors of the month kit. But again, you know, trying to pick out ones that will work for this story. Yeah, the witch is cute. Yeah, the ghost is cute, but they don't necessarily work great with Super Mario pictures. And so I'm doing some spider webs because I felt like those were, what's the right word? Unthemed? I don't think that's even a word, but they don't have such a strong Halloween. I mean, they do have a Halloween. I don't know. I just felt like they worked better than ghosts or witches or cauldrons or haunted houses or any of those things, because he's just a little guy in this and he's not into scary stuff. And so spiderwebs, you know, I mean, those are only moderately scary. And these ones in particular, you know, with the spiders and such that they have, the whole collection is cutesy. So you can totally make it work in that respect. So I am creating that visual triangle connecting the top left side to the bottom middle-ish to the top right side. And obviously that frames the pictures beautifully. That's one of the things I've really enjoyed about this sketch is it does a really nice job of framing the photographs. And I haven't picked out my November sketch yet. I may just use one again from the scrap room because there's always some good options there. Or I may go elsewhere. I'll be picking that actually later this weekend to play with. So getting all those on there, and I'm just, you know, testing out the ephemera, testing out the stickers. So let's fast forward and see where I land on things. So ultimately, I added a few pieces and stuff from what I had there, and then I decided to go ahead and punch out some big purple stars to add to each of my clusters. I really like to have an element within my clusters that is in all of them. And so the stars will fill that purpose. I didn't have 3 white spider webs. I didn't have, you know, and it's usually a bigger element that I like to have. Even if it's just a cluster of flowers, I like to have it in all 3, like one big element that unifies and brings the whole thing together. So right now I'm just moving those around, trying to figure out where I want those to land exactly. I am going to finish things off with some Black Nouveau drops, and then I may add more off camera. We'll see where I land on things. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a happy Halloween, and be sure to catch lots of fun photos to scrap about your kids. We will see you again next time.